When you have pieces connected by bolts, one way those connections can fail is by the bolts shearing. You might have a bolted connection where there's just a single place across the pin or the bolt where shear happens, and that's called single shear. Or you might have a situation like at the bottom where there are two places where shearing happens. That's called double shear. And let's look at an example of what that means for us when we're figuring out stress. Here is a bolt in single shear, so there's only one face getting cut across here. And I've just made up some numbers so that we can think about it in our heads without needing our calculators. Let's say there's a force of 12 pounds and of course an equal and opposite reaction of 12 pounds. And I made up an area of 2 square inches for the bolt, which would be an odd size of diameter, but never mind that. We'll pretend the area is 2 square inches. And let's find the stress. So we know our stress formula is stress equals force over area, pounds per square inch. Our force is 12, our area is 2, so we are looking at a shearing stress of 6 pounds per square inch. Now, what about this situation? Same force, same 12 pounds of force, same size of bolt, so it's still got an area of 2 square inches, and we're going to find the shearing stress across here. But now that bolt is in double shear. So what does that mean? It means that that force is split in half among 2 places in the bolt. So instead of 12 pounds pushing, we have 6 pounds up here and 6 pounds down here. Using our stress formula, force over area, now we have a force of 6 pounds over an area of 2 square inches. So now we have only 3 psi at each place on the bolt. In the previous example, we had 6 psi. Now we have half as much, 3 psi. Here's some single shear with the shear cutting through the bolt at only one place. And here's some double shear with the shear trying to act on the bolt, but now divided among 2 places in the bolt, so half as much stress. Single shear on the left, double shear on the right. And this might remind you of any number of mechanical situations you might have seen. On our old Ford tractor on the farm when I was a kid, we would have a clevis with two bars like that pulling on the implement. Well, I didn't realize at the time that that divided the stress in half. Or you might see a hydraulic cylinder with a clevis mount like that. It divides the shear in half. So single shear, double shear in a clevis.